I'm really bored, just chopping up. Like Window used to have little tiny chopped almonds and now they have these bigger chunks. And macaw owners are out there going, that looks like I have a conure. This is a quarter of an, it's huge. So now I've got to go through, oh, my neighbors are being loud, and individually chop up almonds. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of stuff I was thinking about while I was cutting it up. Signs that you live alone, recording yourself so you pretend like you're talking to a friend. Peekaboo. Tilly really wants to be over here, but she would eat all these almonds, so she's not allowed to be. Peekaboo. Oh, that one kind of shaved. When I first got Tilly, I thought there was like this rule with parrots that you have to have, you know, your treats in a little treat pouch out of sight. None of the birds can see them, and then you get one out, and then that's the bird's treat. And you know, you hear that places, and I had a parrot named Tansy who started gnawing on her own leg because she hates birds so much that she was hurting herself. So now she's with my mom. Anyway, enough on that. Not gonna cry. And if I gave her a container, she was a scooper, you know? And cynical parrots don't have that big of beaks, but boy, could she get a lot of treats in her mouth. And so, you know, she would scoop up a bunch, 5 treats for 1 trick, you know, that won't do. So it was like, well, I ended up with Tilly, and once I got her like kind of converted onto treats, because originally she was like, she didn't really understand that treats were delicious. Then she would sort of be like, oh, today I really like almonds, today I really like walnuts, today I really like pecans. She actually was a walnut girl for a long time, but you know, got to that point, and it was like, so I would try to reward her with something she liked the day before and she wouldn't like it anymore. And so then I was like, okay, so I started offering her like 2 treats, you know, like, which one do you want today, 2 or 3? She would pick out her favorite and she loved it. And eventually I was just like, I don't even know exactly when it happened, but I started using the container. And so I'd offer more, and she would kind of look in the container, and you can see her do it in some of the videos. When she's really hungry, she'll just grab one and go. And some of them she'll pause, she'll check it out, and she'll be like, okay, which one's the biggest? And she'll grab the biggest one, and she'll make sure it's the one that she wants right then. And she'll like, sometimes she will just pick out walnuts, and other times she'll like rotate. She'll be like, I want an almond, a pecan, you know, like it just depends on her mood that day, because she's weird, and I love her for it. And Tilly gets more joy out of getting to pick her treat. And so I give her the container at this point because it's just, she loves it and she's not scooping up a bunch. And then Pip is the budgie, and she also gets a whole container of treats because her treats are so small I can't really hold them. Guys, it was the cutest thing. I'll see if I can blur his face and still show what's going on. But there was this, sorry, I ran out of storage. But there was this little boy, and he fed Pip individual pieces of millet. Just like the tiniest, not like a millet stick, like he would grab individual millets. It was dedication. They loved each other. I was like, this kid's gonna have a bird. Just give it time. He's so cute. But you know, Pip, because her pieces are so small, she gets them in a container. And so I'm actually curious, like how common is that? Because now both of my birds are eating out of containers. I will say Pip grabs as many as she can, but her beak size is the thing that limits her, not her greed. Tilly is a little bit more controlled. But yeah, so I mean, do what you gotta do with your bird. It's like, one way is not right, one way is not wrong. It's just kind of what works for your bird. Also, does anyone know a more effective way to chop almonds? Because I've tried a food processor, but what I've found is it kind of just either knocks them around or shaves them. And I really don't need like shavings, I need chunks. And like walnuts, you know, this is a walnut, and you just chop them up. I can put a bunch down, which is what I usually do. I'll just like make a pile of walnuts and I'll just chop through them. But almonds are so hard that it really does just shave the outside unless you're very calculated. So maybe I just have horrible knives. Not maybe, I do have horrible knives. They were very cheap. But yeah, if you have any tips on if there's something I was doing and you were just looking at it like If you just did this, it would be faster. I am open to it. Ideas, not criticism. Well, sorry for the birdless video. Oh, you know what? Let's give an almond. Let's give a nice big chunk to Tilly. Hilda, would you like an almond? Come here. Yeah. Me talking the whole video about not giving them individual treats and then giving her an individual treat. It's fine, guys.